Are you afraid of sharks?
No, I there was kind of a period, but I'm not. I've swam around a pier. Like I'm not. Yeah, I'm not afraid. Yeah.
Nice, man. So when did you start to really dive into music? Walk me through that. So your dad surfed. Walk me through the kind of music you were listening to around the house.
My dad is like kind of classic, classic American dad, just like very classic rock and like Sabbath, Zeppelin, like Pink Floyd. He liked Jimi Hendrix was a big one.
Your last name is Guidero, right? How do I pronounce that?
Yeah, that was perfect. A lot of people don't say it right.
All right, everyone. How are we doing? So I'm here with Weston Guidero. He's a music producer. How are we doing, Weston?
Awesome.
Nice. It's a cool last name. Where does it come from?
Southern Italy. So it used to be with an A at the end, like Guidera. But now on Ellis Island to New York, I think they accidentally did it to an O, or they just Americanized it. So
they changed up a lot of names at the time.
Yeah, there was a lot of people where they would just you're Smith now or something.
Right. That's so. There's a lot of that. Absolutely, there's a lot of that.
Yeah. It's a lot of people envy it. I've noticed, and it's not like I didn't really understand it until I left. But
your primary focus is music, composing music, producing music.
Yeah, exactly.
Producing music. Is there a specific genre? Or are you just producing music? Is there a specific genre?
It varies. I would say the best way to describe it would be kind of dark techno, ambient textures.
Is this a new genre or is this an existing genre?
It would definitely be somewhat existing. Yeah, it would be existing, like Blade Runner dystopian stuff, which is heavily inspired, honestly, with the pandemic.
Like Time Cop 1983 type stuff.
Yeah, just that dark, like CS80 synths, like the ambient stuff, like
right.
The composer from Blade Runner, I forget his name.
Right, like a bunch of tom drums, a couple kicks.
Yeah. Not. Sometimes it can be overbearing with intense.
How do you think you can keep that genre alive without it getting repetitive? Because what I've found is that genre is such a great way to produce music and such a great genre. But the problem is we start to see that people just start to use the same tom loop, the same thing, exactly, the same cookie cutter kick loop and tom loop and hi-hat loop, and then you're like, holy smokes, even the bass line's the same thing. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, we want to keep it alive, but then it starts to cheapen it out when the people who are doing it just self-replicate.
Yeah, I think, and it's huge right now, especially with that cyberpunk game. A lot of people are getting into this darker
Stranger
techno.
Things.
Yeah, they love it. But I would say in order to keep it fresh and alive would be the same approach for almost any genre or any artist trying to take elements from a certain genre. Because when you're making your own music, do you want to be this specific genre? Not exactly. I would say you want it to fit in a certain sphere, but you want to take things from your background. Like my background was metal guitar. Sometimes I can maybe add in a guitar thing, which, I could do a drone on my guitar or something, which a lot of guys would just play on their synths or something. They would have a loop, like you're saying, this cookie cutter thing. It's just thinking outside the box, like anything. You don't want to just be, oh, here's the loop, here's the kick, and here's the snare, and here's the distorted bass line. Like, can have those elements in it, but why do something that's already been done before? you know.
What's your musical process like today?
Um, I like sampling a lot. I think that's
You and
like my
everybody else.
yeah, my own samples, like creating my own samples, not taking it from a recording or a loop online or something, playing something on my guitar, I have a portable Zoom recorder, take that outside, go to the skate park, use a power tool, something, drop it into Ableton, make an instrument out of it.
Oh, so you're dropping spoons on the table and recording the audio.
Yeah, sound design. Just sound design. They do it for Foley in movies, stuff like that.
Really?
Like
You're at that point in your musical. That's pretty cool. You're throwing stuff around and recording it and making your own sounds.
I think it's the best way to create like a unique sound. I mean, who else has done, you know, I have I don't know, a specific table or a specific instrument that I could hit with something unique. I could take a bottle and hit it or something, you know, like you can just be creative or, I wonder how it would sound if I got a metal hammer and hit a case with it or something, or a box, you know. And,
Now, how can we find you online right now, by the way?
I have a SoundCloud. It's just under my name. I also have
Weston Guidero.
Yeah, Weston Guidero, and then
Is this your official name you're going by, or are we waiting to introduce you officially? Like you sound like you're. It sounds like you're waiting to really introduce something. What are we waiting? Is there something we want to wait to drop? You know what I mean? It's not. You know, you sound like there's something else you want to really introduce.
I do. You're right. I do have a project I'm working on called. It's just called Pagan, Pagan, like what Christians would call back in the day, like any non-mainstream religion. That's kind of the name, and that I have kind of has those elements that I described earlier, but it's actually a hip hop track, and I kind of just do it like it's fun. It's fun to me, but I do want to add more textural stuff and more have almost like dark ambient stuff that still have a rhythm. But I'm always practicing some sort of sound design or writing something, even if it's not under my name. There's always something I'm working on.
All right, you guys. Coming up after our commercial break, we're going to ask Weston Guidero more about future projects. Live with no regret, and you make decisions based on how you feel. And that's definitely what I do, and I love having good talks with you. We always have good talks, and it's always cool. It's always
cool. Yeah, it's nice being more open with people that are open to others being open.
A lot of people aren't so open. You know, it's so weird. I get the whole wanting to keep things to yourself, but at the same time it's almost like you also walk around and live in this bubble that's like a big dark cloud, so you might as well sort of get out of it. I don't know, and I don't know, who the fuck knows.
It's I think it's a protective thing sometimes, but
it's definitely like a self-defense mechanism for sure.
I see it as a strong sort of thing. Being open. I think it can be a very powerful thing, because if you're open with yourself and others, then you're being honest and true to yourself. I mean, I don't have to tell you every little thing about my life, but
Right.
You know, it's
But
definitely
but I can ask you something, and you have the choice to say no to answer.
exactly.
There's something to say about someone allowing someone to ask even the question and have a conversation, and just being like, "Hey, I don't even want to answer that," and then I'm just like, "Okay,"
And
and then
that's
we move
powerful
forward.
too. Yeah, and that's
Right.
powerful too. I think a lot of people can read uh, people who are more open and sometimes can easily take advantage of that. And I've definitely been.
Why do you think people who are open, it's really sad to see when people who are like really new to the world and really excited to just be really awesome and deliver, and then they just get beat by the meat grinder, and then it's like that sucks too, because there's a lot of genuinely good people that get put through that meat grinder that they don't even know what to do. They're like, do I join the dark side? Do I stay on this side? Like, what do I do? And it sucks. And then you have many other things, but that's just one that comes to my mind.
I've questioned that exactly what you said over and over again. Do I do this? Do I join this side, or do I stay on this side? And it is sad because I've, in my relationships and within myself, I see the times where it has hurt me or hurt someone else, and them just getting bogged down by life and their environment. It's rough, especially when you come from, a place where maybe people were, I don't know, like you had a family or an environment that you could really be yourself as a kid, and then people just kind of narrow it down, and then they're just kind of like everyone else.
What do you want to leave us with, Weston? Anything?
I would say do what you really want to do, and you may have to make some sort of compromises with your life, and temporarily, maybe, hopefully, but always be working towards your end goal. Always be working towards that, and take breaks when you really need them, mentally and physically. Yeah.
So keep your eyes on the prize always.
Yeah, because then you always have some sort of guide. You know deep within you what you really want in life. So, don't fully compromise that. Always keep going towards that thing.
What is your current equipment? What are you working with equipment wise?
I have a sort of synthesizer setup right here. Let me see if I can camera down. Is that sort of? Let me turn on my self view actually.
That's the setup right there.
Yeah, so I sort of got a live electronic setup that
That's a real deal.
Yeah, I have like Arturia key step, kind of controls different synthesizers, and got a little Behringer TD3, which was based after like a legendary Roland. Like bass.
Can you perform something for us? Can you set up something on the side and just do
Sure.
a quick little live loop or something? Like...
Yeah, let me turn it on. That's why. It's just kind of, it's all new to me, like this sort of live electronic setup. So it's really fun to just kind of spontaneously have everything synced up and just do whatever you want with all this electronic gear. Because normally I would just record into the DAW and sample things or have it fit a track one by one. But with this, there's like, it's almost like you're the whole band. Like, you can do everything live right away.
Well, we saw it for ourselves right away. We really appreciate you for your time, Weston, and we're going to get you back on, brother.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, Weston, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you today, and we're going to get you back on in the future, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Troy. Thanks for having me.